Now, I sat down with Dr. Cheng Li. He's the director at the Brookings Institution in the China Studies program, and I had a chance to talk to him about how important this meeting is.
Well, the economic slowdown is really a result of a number of reasons. First, China is making a structure change of China's economy. So in a way, it's a deliberate slowdown, want to control overheating, and especially the too much on infrastructure development with a huge environmental cost. Secondly, it's related with the Eurozone problem that China's export change, slowdown, that hurt China's economic growth. And thirdly, its anti-corruption campaign also reduced the spending and etc. But these are all structure change in a way. China is determined to change the previous mode of economic growth from cheap labors and with a huge environmental cost to an innovative, innovation-driven economy, heavily emphasized on service sector, on consumption. So this is the direction China will go. We do see some encouraging signs, but it's still not enough. I think that the hope of this meeting will open up more opportunities and provide more loans for small and medium-sized business.
In fairness, to follow up on that, we have heard this domestic consumption story since the beginning of sort of the recent market reforms in the last decade. And it hasn't gotten to the point where a lot of experts have said that it's actually worked or it's been productive. Now, I know it's a major priority, but you mentioned providing more loans to small businesses. What's holding back the success story of domestic consumption?
Well, it's still the banking system. It's not open enough to provide the loans to private sector. State monopoly continue to play a very important role. But having said that, we should know that the China's economy for the past decade or so really related with official corruption. You see the scandals that related with not just 1 billion, but actually 10 billions, these kind of things. Now, no country can continue to have this kind of economic development with this kind of corruption. So that has to be stopped. Now, this means that the structure change Chinese economy. The previous companies involved with corruption will no longer benefit. So there will be a lot of losers. But at the same time, because of the structure change of Chinese economy, there will be a lot of new winners. The winners will occur in the service sector, in the private small business, but also could be foreign companies if they understand that some areas have tremendous potential, like education, healthcare, like logistics, transportation, and particularly green consumption, green, in terms of environment protection business. One
of the big topics is, of course, the environment. It's been well documented on air pollution, including the more recent documentary that was released by the ex-CCTV reporter. And that's caused a big stir. Yeah. Now, you've gone on the record saying that it can be kind of positive for the country as well to sort of not only acknowledge the problem, but really highlight where a lot more resources need to be put in place to solve it.
Well, absolutely. This is we also see the new Minister for Environment Protection. He is a UK-trained scholar and did an excellent job as president of Tsinghua University. And I think he is a great choice that under his leadership that China will pay more attention for environment protection and appropriate use of energy, and will relate it with structure change. And certainly, the GDP growth-led development will come to an end. But now, the public health concern, the environmental implication, ecological implication of economic growth, more than any time, will be on the spotlight.
President Obama is entering the end of his second term. U.S.-China relations are, I guess, cautiously optimistic, might be the best way to describe it, but there are some very serious challenges. Are any of these challenges, in your opinion, going to be solved over the next 18 months?
Well, it's hard, and there's still a lot of misunderstanding. But the fact is, despite all the problems, despite the concern over East China Sea, South China Sea, and also internet, cybersecurity and these issues, maybe in the future also Taiwan's election and etc. And President Xi Jinping will come to United States for a state visit. And both leaders understand in virtually every important areas, climate change, economic rebalancing, anti-terrorism, cybersecurity, both countries should work together rather than point finger to each other. Because you cannot imagine at the time of economic integration, the world will benefit in such kind of integration without the United States or without China. I think both countries, the largest economy, second largest economy, should really cooperate in a very constructive way.
Those relations are being put to the test because of China's proposed new rule for tech companies.